Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the June 10th, 2025 meeting of the Abington Board of School Directors. I note the attendance of all board members with the exception of Ms. Fazy, who is excused for this evening. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Abington Board of School Directors has convened this evening's meeting at the Administration Building, and the public is welcome. This meeting is being broadcast live on the district's YouTube channel and is being recorded and will be accessible on the district's website and cable channel no later than Friday, June 13th, 2025, to allow those members of the public who cannot participate to view the meeting at a later time. Comments from citizens will be conducted in person and by phone. Information regarding participating remotely in public comment will be displayed on the screen at the time of public comment. The board thanks the public in advance for its cooperation. I do want to note that an executive session was held this evening immediately prior to this public meeting to discuss district safety and security. And I'd like to remind everyone that this is a place where we hold dignity in high regard, and everyone's voice is respected and welcome. Dr. Fetcher, do we have any additional announcements or agenda items?
No additional announcements or agenda items this evening.
With that, we'll move to opening comments from the board. Mr. Allen.
Good evening.
Mrs. Brown.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome.
Ms. Eisenhart.
Good evening and welcome. I'm seeing some familiar faces out there. It's great to see all the kids tonight.
Mr. Mohammed.
Good evening and happy Pride.
Ms. Spalding.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was preoccupied. No, I don't have anything to say at this time.
Okay, Ms. Hartman.
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Fraser.
Hello.
Ms. Wu.
Good evening, everyone.
All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome again to the meeting. Dr. Fetcher, can you please proceed with our student council representatives?
Yes, Dr. Mowry. Tonight, first from Abington Senior High School is Bryson Edmonds.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and the members of Board of School Directors. My name is Bryson Edmonds, and I'm the Student Council President at Abington Senior High School. Senior AP German student Dominique Voigt received an $1,000 scholarship from the Concordia Trust, a local organization that supports German instruction and scholarships. In the 2024 to 2025 school year, the AP Exam Administration administered 1,787 tests to nearly 855 students throughout the course of testing. This was an increase of approximately 100 tests from last year. Nicole Robertson won third place in the Congressional Art Competition for her linoleum cut print titled Cleansing. Anastasia Baranovska also won an honorable mention for her watercolor painting titled Under My Wing. Congresswoman Madeline Dean presented several of our high school students with certificates. The school year is coming to an end as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors take their final exams this week. Seniors completed their finals the week prior, with the last official day at the high school being June 17th. Commencement will take place tomorrow evening, Wednesday, June 11th, at 6 p.m. in the stadium. This will be a well-deserved celebration of the class of 2025 and all of their accomplishments. On May 13th, Student Council held a fundraiser at Humpty's Dumplings. We were able to raise $282, and this money will be used to create bags for the Ronald McDonald House. On May 22nd, Senior Prom was held at the Crystal Tea Room. It was a night filled with fun and celebration as the class of 2025 got down on the dance floor. Earlier today, the seniors participated in the annual grad walk. We were given a chance to walk through both the middle and our elementary schools. This is a reflective and emotional experience for many and is a staple in the senior activities every year. This past week, the high school held their elections for next year's student council representatives, as well as class councils. That means it will no longer be my job to report on the high school. Tonight, I have the privilege to introduce you all to next year's Student Council President, Lana Brown.
Hi, everybody. My name's Lana Brown. I'm super excited to be next year's Student Council President and have the privilege to speak with you guys next year.
With the introduction of next year's Student Council President comes the realization that this will be my last time getting the privilege to stand in front of all of you here today. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to represent the high school at this level. It's been an enriching and educational experience. I hope my comments have been helpful and insightful. Thank you for a great year. Respectfully submitted, Bryson Edmonds.
Bryson, we want to first thank you for representing the high school throughout this year, and in advance, congratulations on many things to come for you. I also wanted to take a moment to recognize and congratulations to you on the achievement of the Eagle Scout rank in scouting, and I was proud to be able to see that and be there with you as well, along with some of the fellow board members. All right, at this time from Abington Middle School, Noah Shannon.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and the members of the Board of School Director. I am Noah Shannon, and I am on the Executive Board of the Student Council for Abington Middle School. While Abington Middle School's Vibe and Imagine leaders attended the DVCEE Leadership Conference last month that was hosted at Abington Senior High School, we held our final meeting of the year at the end of May. Dr. Pierce looks forward to returning next year with fresh ideas and new ways of engineering our leaders and school community. Abington Middle School's Where Everybody Belongs program is pleased to welcome 80 new members to the Web Leader cohort. Web leaders are rising 7th and 8th graders who serve as role models to incoming 6th grade students. This summer, they will be trained in best leadership practices and prepare opening activities for the first day of school next year. Congratulations and welcome to the team. TATA wrapped up the school year with our annual TATA Games event. Approximately 135 students, divided into 8 teams, spent 2 hours every day after school competing in a variety of sports and activities such as kickball, soccer, volleyball, basketball, ping pong, and tug of war. The teams, led by a pair of 8th grade captains, practiced and performed their song and cheer at the TATA Games finale this past Friday. Congratulations to the Yukon Huskies, captained by Claire Anama and Brody Flood, on winning the 35th annual TATA Games. Thanks to all 800 plus TATA members for making this a fun-filled and memorable 35th anniversary for our club. The AMS musical celebrated over 50 graduating 8th grade performers and technicians with an after-school award ceremony on Tuesday, June 3rd. 8th graders received personalized awards for their achievements throughout the rehearsal and performance process and provided advice to returning students. We are so grateful for their commitment to the program and will miss them very much. Students in the Going Green Club went on a field trip to Tabora Farms and learned about sustainable farming practices. They also did a campus cleanup for Earth Day that many students participated in. After several postponements due to rain, the Builders Club finally reached their writing chalk messages of appreciation and thanks to our staff on the sidewalks outside the main entrance. Students tried very hard to make sure every teacher and many support staff were mentioned by name. Everyone had a great time and hopefully brought a smile to AMS staff faces. We hosted 3 SRK carnivals, which are part of our positive behavior support program. These events recognized our students and gave them a time to play fun games, win prizes, and enjoy time with classmates. Our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams have enjoyed many end-of-the-year activities, including celebrations for 8th graders, field day activities, team events, and award assemblies, and other activities. We are also grateful to our generous PTO, who has helped make the end of the year special by providing treats for all students and for supporting members of many of our activities. The Student Council offers congratulations to our 8th graders who will be moving on, and we look forward to our returning and new students we will meet next year. Have a great summer.
Thank you, Noah, for keeping us informed. A lot going on at this time of year, so thank you very much.
Is Bryson still here? Or did he duck? Oh, there you are. Okay. Hey. So I just wanted to add that it's been a pleasure listening to your reports. And I personally appreciate your insights and your thoughtfulness. And I don't think you need this encouragement, but I'll offer it anyway, to continue to challenge yourself. And I look forward to welcoming Lana as the incoming Student Council President. So we will look forward to your reports as well. Thank you both. Dr. Fetcher, could you please proceed with this evening's honors?
Yes, Dr. Mowry. At this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Marie Capitola, Director of Special Education, to recognize our students who participated in the 2025 Special Olympics.
Do I go down? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and members of the Board of School Directors. Welcome, parents and guardians, tonight. My name is Marie Capitolo. I am the Director of Special Education, and we are here tonight to honor our students who participated in the 2025 Special Olympics. It was truly disappointing that we learned that the Special Olympics events held at Hatboro Horsham this year were canceled due to the weather conditions. But parents, guardians, and staff took immediate action to advocate for our students' ability to demonstrate their hard work and be recognized as athletes. Our student athletes represent 5 of our district schools: Abington Middle School, Copper Beach, Highland, McKinley, and Roslyn. And each school quickly organized a school-based Special Olympic event to showcase our athletes and honor them for the practice and the effort they put out all year long across 5 Olympic events. Those events were the long jump, the 25 and 50-meter dash, the hit and release, and the softball throw. Thank you, parents, teachers, paraprofessionals, and administrators for making that happen so quickly. I will call each student up by name to the podium to accept a certificate of appreciation. Not all of our athletes are here tonight, but I will announce everyone's name. And since we held our own Special Olympics at Abington, we took the opportunity to have closing ceremonies where we awarded each athlete with their gold medal. After you receive your certificate, you can return to your seat and we will clap for you the whole way there. After all of the names are called and the students will go into the right outside these doors to take a group photo. Parents and staff, please feel free to step in to provide assistance wherever you see fit. So to begin, representing Abington Middle School, Joseph Bezanis, Aiden Carey, Brandon Carey, Luca Gambino, Jaden Garcia Sandoval, Sky Hassey, Ian Ismalange, Aiden Jennings, Braylee Judge, Jimmy Laredo, Bridget Santino, Gabe Sarcino Avia, Anna Tor, Sophia Tisbina, Emma Whitaker, Amelia Wycheck, Connor Burton, and Miss Emma Flannery is here tonight. Emma, do you want to come up to the podium? Great job, Emma. Nolan James, Connell McGeehan, he is here tonight. Quentin Roberts, Roxana Smith, she's here tonight. Ashton Whaley, Xavier Blackwell, Connor Gill. Good job, Connor. Lucy Givnish.
Good job.
Jace Tallifer, Judah Williams, Cole Yuen, Kira Donnelly,
Deacon Meaningful.
Good job, Kira.
acceptance speech.
Good job, Kira.
Stephen Foy, Chase Gibbs, Madison Grant, Valentino Guido, Haley Lang, Aiden Mack, Naki Marshall Clark, Avery McLaughlin, Jackson Morrison, Gavin Paul, Lucy Rumnock, Logan Burns, Sahara Felder, Karina Goretti, Charlie Inkenbrandt, Deacon Lawrence, Anthony Mendez, Jackson Penhollow, good job, Jackson.
All right, Jackson.
Abby Sanchez Gordillo, Amelia Walker, and last but not least, James Walker, who's here. The parents and the students want to step outside and we will get a group photo. Thank you, everyone.
At this time, I'd ask Ms. Deborah Lee if you could please come forward.
We're going to tag team you.
Those are my kids from Roslyn.
Hey.
Hey, Jeff.
Hello. Tonight is bittersweet that we celebrate the retirement of Miss Debbie Lee, a member of our Abington School District team for more than 2 decades. A Roslyn Elementary School teacher, president of the Abington Education Association, Debbie has dedicated her career not only to the students of our school district, but also to her fellow teachers. Debbie attended Hunter College, where she double majored in elementary education and Black and Puerto Rican studies. She taught in New York prior to joining the Abington School District team in 2002. She spent the entirety of her ASD journey at Roslyn Elementary, where she was a positive force both as a mentor and a colleague. Over the 16 years that Debbie has been the leader in the Teachers Association, she and I have had numerous difficult conversations, probably too many to count, and I always appreciated her professionalism and our respectful dialogue, even when it was over something on which we did not agree. Her leadership and experience will be missed across our district staff, as well as among our students and their families. Ms. Lee, thank you for everything you've done in your 23 years with Abington School District, and especially in your 16 years as AEA president. As a token of our appreciation, I would like to present to you with this plaque commemorating your years of service to the union and to teaching. Lucky for us, you aren't going far. As I've been told, you have joined the board of the Abington Educational Foundation, further emphasizing your commitment to serving the community in which you live. I know you have lots of plans in your next chapter to spend time with your husband, Randy, daughter, and grandson, and we truly wish you all the best in what lies ahead. Your retirement is well deserved, and thank you for your service.
Wow, it's been a full day. Today was grad walk. And as the seniors walked past, they each gave me a rose. Aw. It's been a full day. I'm sorry. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Every one of those children from Roslyn have gone through my classroom. That is a testament of why we need to have inclusion, ladies and gentlemen. That's also a fact of why we need a new middle school. Our children deserve the very best. And when they come to Abington, that's what they get. From the very top with our superintendent, to our school board, to our principals, our educators, which are far better than any other educators in the entire planet, in all of Pennsylvania. You know, there's a few good ones in New York. I worked there, but only a few guys. You really do rock the rest. To our custodians, our bus drivers, our cafeteria workers that feed our children, our speech therapists that teach them that TH goes, nas. To everyone that plays a role in our children's lives, please remember Abington, A, first in the alphabet, first in the heart of our students, and first in the heart of our community. I'm really not going that far, but I will miss you all, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Author right here. Catch it.
Well, I, for one, am glad that Mrs. Lee is not going far. I would have been surprised if she had. She's been such an important part of the foundation of this community for so many years. So we are glad to have you working with the AEF as well. Okay, that brings us to our first session of comments from citizens. Comments from citizens are being conducted both in person and by phone. The phone number to participate in public comments is 267-715-3717 and is being displayed on the screen at this time. You'll be able to join the meeting by calling in on your mobile or your landline phone. A reminder that a citizen will be recognized once during this period of the meeting, and each citizen's comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes, except at the discretion of the president. Time may not be yielded or otherwise transferred by one speaker to another for purposes of extending a given speaker's time allotment. If there's anyone present who would like to make a comment, we'll start with in-room comments. Please use the microphone either to your left or to your right.
Hi, my name is Len Zangwell. I live on Kelly Lane in Glenside. I just want to say that I'm very happy that there will be a new middle school being built in the later part of this decade, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about it with some of the same openness and transparency and communication that we've heard for the past year and a half or so as this process continues, because now it's much more real. You have a real alternative, you have the real budget authority, and now the school board or its designees have to make 5,000 or 10,000 decisions in terms of getting that school built, and a whole lot of technical things and not so technical things. So I just wanted to express my appreciation for the school board for authorizing that referendum in the first place, the whole process to come up with alternatives, and looking forward to a very, hopefully interactive. I like the previous process has been an interactive process to actually convert that school from a plan into reality. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the room?
Hi, I'm Joe Rooney. I live in Ardsley. Sorry I wasn't able to make the last meeting, but I just wanted to bring up some things. I noticed there's a flag that's flying where you decide to recognize one specific group of people, sort of politicized on our school buildings, and I just wanted to address a few things. There are many things in the month of May or June that should be recognized, and I would like to open up your minds a little bit. First, you have Memorial Day, Mother's Day, and Father's Day. There's Victory in Europe Day, which is 80 years ago when we just had the 81st anniversary of D-Day. And there's a lot more, including Flag Days coming up and the 250th anniversary of the Army. All of them are certainly worthy of recognition. And with that in mind, I'd like to bring it a little bit closer to home and talk about an Abington class of 1940 graduate who he's memorialized on the bronze plaque that's in the high school. I'm sure you've all have seen it. His name's Francis Bickle. And I don't know if anybody knows his story, but since Memorial Day just passed, I thought I'd bring it up. Francis Bickle was a high school class of 1940. His picture is, I actually have it right here, but you can trust me, I can show it to you, but it wouldn't show up. He lived at 850 Jenkintown Road in Glenside. His mother's name was Marie Agnes Bickle. He was a petty officer third class aboard the destroyer, the USS Meredith. And there's actually been 4 Merediths who are named after a Marine hero in the Barbary Coast Wars, actually. He worked in the engine room. The Meredith was a brand new destroyer. It was launched in December of 1943. Its predecessor had been sunk in the Pacific the year before that. On June 5th and 6th, it escorted troop transports across the English Channel. Later on June 6th, the Meredith provided gunfire support for the troops landing on Utah Beach. The next day, while providing a screen to the Allied fleet, the Meredith hit a German mine and was seriously damaged. 7 sailors were killed and 50 were wounded. If you'll just give me one little paragraph, I realize my time's coming out. At 1:52 on Thursday, the 8th of June, the Meredith struck a submerged mine amidship on the port side of her keel, right under the number 2 fire room. That's where the petty officer worked. The mine's blast wiped out the number 1 fire room, the number 1 engine room, and the number 2 engine room, killing most of the men in those compartments. So he would have been 21 years old. 2 days later, the Meredith sank. They kept it afloat for 2 days and tried to save it. 7 sailors were killed and 50 were wounded. Petty Officer Bickle was lost at sea. May God bless his soul and the memory of his poor mother. I'm just saying there's an awful lot of really important history in Abington. There's a wonderful little saying. It says, everyone gave some and some gave all.
Thank you.
So
Your time is up. Go ahead.
Hi, Jen Pertel. I live in Glenside. I just wanted to congratulate all the kids that were recognized today. Their enthusiasm was infectious, and I'm sorry that their event got a little messed up because of the weather, but I'm so glad that the schools were able to, pivot and create something for them. And I just applaud them, their parents and caregivers, the teachers, and just for the wonderful effort that they're all making and the care they're giving for the kids. And I'd also like to congratulate the this year's graduates and the parents. It's a big deal and emotional. So I think you're going to have good weather. So that's good. So congratulations to them as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kargas, do we have any callers on the line?
There are no callers.
Okay. Anyone else in the room who would like to make a public comment? Okay. With that, we will move on to agenda item number 6. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation to approve the May meeting minutes?
Yes, Madam President, it is recommended action that the Board of School Directors approves the minutes of the board meeting on May 13th, 2025, and the board meeting on May 27th, 2025.
Second.
We have a second. This is a voice vote. All those in favor, aye. All those opposed, nay.
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes, Mrs. Flanagan. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for approval of the personnel addenda?
Yes, Madam President, it is recommended action that the Board of School Directors approves the changes in personnel as reflected in personnel addenda number 7.1 and 7.1A and confidential addendum number 7.1B.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The personnel addendum begins with the request for leaves of absence for 2 professional employees and compensation for IEP meetings, induction programs, interpreter and translation services, and parent meetings. I bring your attention to the retirements of Mr. James Brown, a bus driver in the transportation department who has served the district for 6 years, and Ms. Helen McLouts, an administrative assistant at Abington Senior High School who has served the district for 15 years.
Okay. Questions or comments from my fellow board members?
Thank you to our retirees for your service to the district. Every person matters, and you can have a profound impact on students. So thank you for your years of service.
Anyone else? No? Ms. Wu? No? Okay. Mrs. Flanagan, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for permits for use of buildings and grounds?
Yes, Madam President, it is the recommended action that the Board of School Directors approves the application for permits for use of buildings and grounds as reflected in addendum number 8.1.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The permit addendum continues to reflect requests for buildings and grounds, meetings, and other school events and activities for this time of year.
Questions or comments from the board?
Thank you to the staff, community members who create these spaces for students. It really does make a difference, and students having a sense of belonging. So thank you for your time and dedication.
Indeed, I would second that. Anyone else? No? Okay. Mrs. Flanagan.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Mr. Allen, could you please read the recommendation for advertisements for bids?
Yes, Madam President, it is the recommended action that the Board of School Directors approves the advertisement for bids as reflected in addendum number 9.1.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher?
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. Tonight we have one request for permission to advertise, and that is for a middle school softball field. And to note, State Representative Sanchez has facilitated an opportunity for the district to receive a $50,000 community improvement grant to fund this work, which is anticipated to be completed in time for the 2026 softball season.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board?
Just a thank you. I believe it was Representative Sanchez who was able to help get the money, the grant money to this. So thank you for his efforts in order to help our baseball and softball players to have a better place to play ball.
Anyone else? I have a question actually about the timing of this, given that we are approaching the middle school project and part of that project entails new fields. So where does this fit in?
So this is not within the footprint of where the new fields or a quadplex would go. This is if you come in off of Jericho, you're proceeding into the campus from on Jericho. It will be on the right-hand side,
Okay. So that particular
furthest away from the middle school.
will be unaffected
Yeah.
by the construction.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that
And
clarification.
it fits within our field plans in general, our district field plans, but also in any new field that would be part of where the footprint of the middle school will,
Okay, so there won't be any need to disturb it as we move through the project.
no.
All right, great, thank you. Mrs. Flanagan?
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for, did I do that one already? No. Awards of contracts. Okay, sorry.
Yes, Madam President, is the recommended action that the Board of School Directors approves the awards of contracts as reflected in addendum number 10.1.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. Tonight we have 3 awards of contract for your consideration. They are for access program services, desktop computers, and student Chromebook devices.
Questions from the board? No? So I assume these bids are unaffected by tariffs at this point? Or those bids incorporate tariffs? Do we know about the disposition of that within the bids?
Mr. Cargus, can you speak to the timing of these purchases?
Yes, the tariffs didn't have any effect after they announced that the PCs and stuff would not be affected.
Okay, all right.
So there was a hold for a little bit, so we just waited it through, and then we're able to procure these bids.
Okay, great. Thank you for that clarification. Okay. All right. Mrs. Flanagan, if you would, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it. The motion passes. Do I need to say anything about 11 since we're skipping it?
You can just say we're not
Okay.
proceeding with item 11.
Okay, so we are not proceeding with agenda item number 11 this evening. We will move on to number 12. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for Act 80 day exceptions?
Yes, Madam President, is the recommended action the Board of School Directors authorizes the superintendent to request the Pennsylvania Department of Education, PDE, to approve Act 80 exception days for the 2025-2026 school year according to activities approved in Pennsylvania statutes Title 24 PS Education Section 15-1504 as amended by Act 80 of 1969.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. This request for Act 80 exception permits us to use in-service days or parent-guardian conferences that impact our educational program as a method to account for the possibility of fewer than 900 or 990 instructional hours or fewer than 180 days of instruction in the event of weather-related or emergency situations during the 2025-2026 school year.
Okay, very well. Questions or comments from the board? Okay, Mrs. Flanagan, thank you.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for the MCIU programs leases?
Yes, Madam President, is the recommended action that the Board of School Directors authorizes the administration to enter into an agreement for the operation of early intervention, Head Start, and pre-K counts preschool programs with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit, MCIU, for the 2025-2026 school year with a cost for the facilities to the MCIU at $38,836.88 plus related expenses.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. This resolution will authorize the administration to enter into a lease agreement with the MCIU for operation of 3 classrooms for the Head Start and pre-K counts preschool programs during the 2025-2026 school year at the administration building here in the lower level, as well as 3 rooms in the administration building for early intervention programming. Further, we're requesting that the Board of School Directors authorize administration to enter an agreement with the MCIU for operation of 3 classrooms at Rydell West Elementary School for preschool programs during the 2025-26 school year.
Questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, I just wanted to stress how important early childhood education is and how important early intervention is. And if you live in Montgomery County and you don't know about the services that are offered, please do look into it, because some people think that it's income-based, but it's really not. For some of the services, it's based on what your child needs. So please, please, please look into early prevention and take advantage of pre-K if you do qualify for pre-K and Head Start.
I have a quick question about the services. So our students are able to take advantage of the services provided by the IU that are within our district. Are they prioritized? Are Abington students prioritized over students from other districts as when they apply?
Yes, so all the programs that we house here, our Abington residents are prioritized.
Okay. But other districts, children from other districts are able to attend if there's space?
Correct.
Okay.
Anyone else? I just want to reinforce Mrs. Brown's observation that programs like Head Start and Pre-K are critically important for the success of a lot of kids in school. And so supporting that program supports the educational mission of the district generally. The only question I have is the funding for Head Start and Pre-K stable for next year? Do we know?
As far as we know, we're
Okay.
proceeding as if everything is going to occur and that the funding will be present.
Okay. Okay. Mrs. Flanagan, if you would, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. That brings us to agenda item 14. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for the district's emergency operations plan?
Yes, Madam President, is the recommended action of the Board of School Directors approves the revised Abington School District Emergency Operations Plan and authorizes the superintendent to submit a copy to the Montgomery County Office of Emergency Management, along with a signed copy of the review, maintenance, and concurrence document.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher, we have a second.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The Pennsylvania Emergency Management Services Code, Part 5 of Title 35, Health and Safety, requires that school districts develop, implement, and maintain an emergency operations plan, or EOP, that is updated every 2 years. Led by Dr. Melkor, the district emergency management team consists of Abington School District administrators, representatives from each of the 5 employee associations, representatives from Abington Township and the Borough of Rockledge Police Departments, and members of the Abington Township Emergency Management and Planning Department.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board? I know this planning process is mandated, but I just want to extend my thanks to you and other members of your team for engaging in that process diligently and developing ways to keep our students as safe as possible.
And I would also say that our community partnerships are extremely important, especially in developing these emergency operations plans. And I think that comes from a great relationship with both the Abington Township Police Departments and the Rockledge Police Departments over the years and working with the district. So I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to thank not only our employees here in Abington School District, but our community partners as well for their time and their expertise.
Absolutely. Thank you to our community partners for participating in this process. All right, Mrs. Flanagan, this is a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for the SRO agreement?
Yes, Madam President, as a recommended action of the Board of School Directors, authorize the administration to enter into an agreement with the Abington Township Police Department for School Resource Officer SRO services based upon the rates and fees set forth in the agreement.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. This resolution is to continue our agreement with Abington Township Police Department for 2 school resource officers. I'm going to ask Dr. Melchor if you could please review the agreement.
Thank you, Dr. Fetcher. This is a continuation of service by the SROs. The SROs are members of the Abington Township Police Department. We have one SRO at the middle school, one at the senior high school. The district is responsible for 75% of the cost for one SRO, and the township covers the remaining 25% for that officer and 100% of the cost for the second SRO.
Questions or comments from the board?
Can you just speak to the ongoing training that our SROs receive on an annual basis?
Dr. Melchor?
Sure. The SROs are required to have completed the National Association of School Resource Officer Training basic SRO course. In addition to that, they, within the school district, participate in Title IX training, verbal de-escalation training. They participate in trainings that we offer to our professional staff with respect to restorative practices, as well as other topics, including cultural responsiveness and trauma-informed practices.
Thank you. And can you confirm who evaluates the SRO officers, please?
The SROs are employees of the township, but they work with both secondary schools administrative teams, so they work with Dr. Swift and her team and Mr. File and his team as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, to further expand on that, in terms of evaluation they are Abington Police Department employees. However, on an annual basis, as their review is written, the administration within both of our large buildings have the opportunity to weigh in, and there's a meeting that occurs that actually goes through that evaluation. So the Abington Township Police Department will sit with Mr. File and sit with Dr. Swift and their teams and discuss the performance of the individuals.
Thank you for the clarification.
Anyone else? Ms. Wu? No? Okay. All right, Mrs. Flanagan, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman? Aye. Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Mr. Allen, can you please read the recommendation for the Access Program?
Yes, Madam President. It is recommended action that the Board of School Directors authorizes the administration to enter into an agreement with the Civic Solution Group, SSG, for the processing of school-based access program claims for reimbursement in the amounts of 29 cents per claim for direct services and 16 cents per claim for transportation services that are provided to eligible students who participate in the district's special education program for the period of July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher, we have a second.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. This item's for an annual agreement for processing school-based access program reimbursement claims. I can answer any questions that you may have, or Ms. Capitola can answer any questions you may have as well.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board? Okay. We're at a roll call vote again.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Dr. Fetcher, are there any additional reports and recommendations by the administration and superintendent?
Yes, Dr. Mowry, I provide the conference attendance and professional leaves report and the capital improvement projects report for your information.
Any questions or comments from the board? Okay, always great to see our faculty and staff engaging in conversations with colleagues outside the district. That makes us stronger. So thank you for that service. All right. Is there any other business that appropriately may be brought to the attention of the board? Okay. With that, we'll move on to our final section of comments from citizens. So once again, comments from citizens are being conducted both in person and by phone. The phone number to participate in public comments is 267-715-3717 and is being displayed on the screen at this time. You'll be able to join the meeting by calling in on your mobile or your landline phone. A citizen will be recognized once during this period of the meeting, and each citizen's comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes, except at the discretion of the president. Time may not be yielded or otherwise transferred by one speaker to another for purposes of extending a given speaker's time allotment. If there's anyone present who'd like to make a comment, please use the microphone either to the left or to your right. Go ahead.
And good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. First thing I would like to say is to everybody that worked with us on Common Sense Abington, we want to thank you for your efforts. Our goal was to improve, get a better plan, and hopefully be more fiscally responsible. We came up 400 votes short, I think was the latest count, out of, I think, roughly 17,000 votes. So one of my concerns, and I would just ask the board, so basically it was a roughly 51 to 49% vote among the 40% of voters that voted. But do any of you represent that half of the voters who didn't vote yes? And I hope you will consider their concerns as we move forward with this plan. From my own perspective, we worked really hard and we'll continue to watch this program. I have another question for the board. You've spent most of this project, and some of the folks here also, bad-mouthing the middle school. I think you get a very good education out of there with the teachers we have in the facilities. What are you going to do for the next 6 years? How much money are you going to put into the school for the next 6 years? Is it going to be Band-Aids? Is it going to be ignored? And what can we expect? There needs to be a plan as far as that's concerned also. And finally, I'm assuming that next meeting, you guys are going to give us another 4% tax increase. So it was 13.5% based on that vote. There was a 5.2% tax increase last year. So I hope at some point you all are going to realize there's not an endless supply of money, and there's a lot of people who are really making dig very deep. Education is important, but wise management is even more important, because you can throw all the money you want, and bad management, bad decisions by the board is not going to help anything. So I wish you well, and I'll look forward to our next tax increase. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the room?
Hi, my name's Bryson. I live in Elkins Park. I just wanted to acknowledge something I didn't acknowledge in my report that I should have. ASA, the Asian Student Association, held their spring festival a couple weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And it was a huge success, as it always is. It's something that we're starting to do yearly, and a lot of kids are coming out to it and really enjoying themselves. So I just thought it can't go unmentioned.
Thank you. Anyone else in the room? Okay. Mr. Kargas, can you confirm that we have no callers on the line?
There are no callers on the line.
Okay. Thank you for that confirmation. I believe that brings us to closing comments of school directors. Mr. Allen.
Tomorrow night's a big night for the graduates. Super excited for everybody to move on to life beyond Abington High School. And then see everybody back in 2 weeks or next week, or
2 weeks.
it's like Tuesday after Tuesday. So
Right.
at the next Tuesday, we reconvene, see everybody then.
All right.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Brown.
I really enjoyed Copper Beach. I know each school has their own thing. So one of Copper Beach's things is having a publishing day for, I believe, grades K through 3. And it was a joy to see the young authors present their books with their creative titles, and they did their illustrations. And just a special thank you to the parents and community members who typed up all of those books so that it's in a official book and is a very special day. So thank you to the leadership at Copper Beach for keeping that tradition going. I do want to acknowledge that it is Pride Month, and unfortunately it has been politicized, but welcoming students in and welcoming faculty in, no matter what they believe, should not be something that's politicized. It should just be good practice. So happy Pride.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Just wanted to take a minute to recognize the paraprofessionals, the special education team, teachers in the classroom, and especially our students. I think it was Miss Lee talked about inclusivity and the Abington model for adapting that in education, and it is truly a beautiful thing to witness. Tonight was great to see our student faces out here being celebrated and honored. It's something that happens all the time in the schools. And I can just say firsthand that, there was a group of people here cheering them on, but in, the classrooms, it's all of the students who are supporting and encouraging and excited to see the celebration and the honor coming to all of our students. So today, just thank you to our special education team, to all the love, effort, and warmth that you put into our students every day, and especially on moments tonight where they can be celebrated.
Mr. Muhammad.
I just want to recognize the graduates who are going to conclude their time as students in the Abington School District tomorrow night. Thank the teachers whose school years are coming to an end very soon. Congratulations to everyone who's making it to the end of this school year. Enjoy your summers, and of course we'll be back and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, and we'll have our final meeting then. But I know schools are shutting down very soon. So everyone have a good night.
Thank you. Ms. Spalding.
Yeah, I also want to say, congratulations to the kids being honored with the Special Olympics, because I know that's important that they be recognized as well. I also I didn't see it today, Abington in the news. I happened to watch the news on Channel 6 at noon, and they showed the graduates going back to Highland Elementary. And, it brought a smile to my face. I said, yeah, I like seeing our school district being recognized in the community. Thank you.
Ms. Hartman.
I feel like there was so much celebration tonight. We got to see our Special Olympics athletes who are just amazing. I really want to thank everyone who made it possible to have a Special Olympics in Abington after the Happer Horsham one was canceled. That probably took a lot of work, and you had to be real quick on your feet to get that done. So I think the kids really appreciated it, and I know we all do also. And honoring Miss Lee for everything she did for our school districts and the lives that she's changed over time. Congratulating our graduates. We're going to walk tomorrow night and honor them and everything that they've achieved and everything that's coming for them in the future. I think it's just been a really great night where we got to see a lot of happiness. So thank you everyone for coming, and happy Pride.
Thank you, Ms. Fraser.
Just to echo some of those sentiments, congratulations to our graduates, congratulations to our Special Olympiads, as well as our beloved Miss Lee. I look forward to partying with you on Friday. Make sure you tell the DJ to play Parliament Funkadelics.
Ms. Wu.
Thank you to Bryson for acknowledging the 4th Annual Spring Festival, and thank you to Dr. Fetcher for coming. And congratulations to the kids in Special Olympics Special Olympics and the graduates, and I'll miss all the seniors. And I know like they're role models to a lot of people, even to me. And it's always the most bittersweet time of the year. So happy Pride Month and have a good night.
I hate to break it to you, but you're up next. Okay, all right, all right. I want to thank my fellow board members for their remarks and open my arms wide to thank all the parents, the friends, the neighbors, the coaches, our paraprofessionals, our teachers who pour themselves in to this district year round. Because if you've ever been in a classroom, you know you're never really off. Summer is not really summer. It is a labor of love for me to sit on this board in addition to being an honor. Tomorrow night will be my first time attending graduation as board president. So I'm looking forward to celebrating all the graduates and the incredible community that makes up Abington School District. I want to wish everyone a happy Pride Month. And on that note, this meeting is adjourned.